is why I'm so excited about you, you as a person running for county commissioner, right? Being able to bring that perspective and open people's eyes, right? Like I haven't lived that life, Joe. Like I this is the first time I'm really understanding at a deep level what it means, right? What it's like to have to have food stamps, to have to assume an adult role at 13 years old to help take care of your siblings, right? And I would argue that a lot of people on the other side of the podium in government that you're going to be talking about haven't lived that either, and that's okay. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
not that's not a knock to them, but I think it's so critically important for somebody like you to be able to speak volumes and be a living example of how important those resources are and the need to double down on them and invest more in them.
Yeah, to point back to something you just said, um, I don't think that this makes me better. I like
Sure.
look if given the opportunity, if you would have me snap my fingers and remove that trauma from my life, gosh, what I wouldn't give
Yeah.
to be able to back out of that and to not have had those struggles.
Yeah.
Um, I don't even like characterizing them as struggles. It just is what it was, right? Like I can't do anything about it, but I don't think it's bad to have lived a life that that didn't have those kinds of difficulties. But I want to underscore the importance of engaging with those stories.
Mm.
It's because I've had that experience that I have this perspective. But there is so much of the world that you would miss if you didn't go looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's possible to have lived a life like you described, where you didn't need those supports, and still try to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to something earlier, I had said that it is risk to engage with people not like you,
Mm-hmm.
and my encouragement to anybody that is seeking to get a bigger perspective on the world, they should start with people not like them.
Mm-hmm.
um, I think it's possible to learn from the experience of others without having experienced it yourself. And I don't want anyone else to have gone through or to need to go through the kinds of things that I did. And it's because of that that I'm willing to talk about this kind of stuff and be open about it, be vulnerable about it. If we aren't telling our stories, people can't listen to them. If we don't go out and try to engage with those stories, our perspective is going to be limited. The value that I bring to these discussions is that I am not like you. That's that's why I'm here. Not like you is valuable because it means something else, some other point of reference. Um, if I can do anything at all in this pursuit, I'd like to see people engaging with more people not like them, and to encourage that. Um, yeah, I just Josh, I also want to make sure that you don't feel as though somehow comparing my
Mm-hmm.
path and yours means that you are less than sufficient. And I'm saying that not just to you personally, but to like anybody else who's listening who might say, I haven't gone through that kind of thing myself.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you're incapable of understanding.
Oh, yeah.
But it certainly means that it's going to be a lot more work for you than it might be for me. And my encouragement is to like try try to engage with those stories. If you
Yeah.
do, I bet you'll find people like you who didn't have the same opportunities or didn't have the same resources that you did, and because of that are not in the same place that you are.
Yeah.
um, I don't want people to feel discouraged as though there's no opportunity for them to understand. I also want you to recognize the work and the importance of that work to making good decisions on behalf of a community.